here we go. The map veto. We'll bring it up on your screen. See where we're actually going to play. We have it for you this time, as opposed to the last match, and it's going to be Oregon, Bank, Border will be our tiebreaker.
Yeah, so we get to see Oregon and Border again. Bank will be, of course, our second map here, so interesting to see how this one will go. I like Bank. We'll see how this plays out in Latin America, as it was always a map that Latin America kind of started to shine on, but other regions have kind of been taking up the mantle. Bank has been a much more popular map than it was 1 year ago, and a lot of people joined Rainbow Six and watching Pro League in the past year might not know this, but a year and a half ago, Bank was barely ever played, and you had SK now, back then Flipside, that really started to play it outside of Latin America, and Latin America was really the only region that played it, and they used to run some strategies that we still see to this day, like the Valkyrie shotgun, the Spas 15 as well, sometimes with the Caveira. Some stuff that are out of the ordinary, but work pretty darn well if used correctly, especially with the new operators that we have in the game. So, yeah, we'll see if they can continue pioneering through this. And in this matchup, it's all on the line. You win, you're in Pro League. You lose, you're out.
Yeah, so Bank, as our second map, is a very focused map. So being able to excel at those types of things, going to aid you. It's similar to Clubhouse, and that probably is going to be a little bit of an edge towards Pain. Here on Oregon, though, it's anyone's match.
Yep.
In the Red Devils versus Guidance match, when we saw Oregon played as the first map, it was actually a 5-4 a 6-4, or a 7-5. I don't know why.
Went to overtime.
Yeah, I don't know why I'm mixing that up. But it's a 7-5 in favor of Guidance. It went to overtime, but they managed to win it in the end. So Guidance, having won here on this map already today, might be feeling pretty comfortable going up against Pain. First band going to come out, and it's going to be Lion. Already gone. Habana will be the follow-up. For the second time today on Oregon, we will not have a Habana open up drop-downs.
Yeah.
Or anything for that matter.
We still have the Maverick, so it's possible to see both operators being ran together. Maestro as well will be banned out. We saw in map 3 where both Maestro and Echo were banned. So Pain will get to decide, and we'll see if Mira will be the last ban, which would be your standard. No, yeah, there you go. Echo again.
Yeah, so not necessarily a surprise there.
They're both extremely strong operators in general. This is, to some extent, the anchor metagame, where you have a lot of those, 3 armor, 1 speeds that are staying on the site, holding in from the back, and they make things so much more complicated for the attackers to go in, and that's why it's a very technical metagame right now. Be it the traps that are set up by the defenders, the information that's being gathered using Evil Eyes or Yokai drones, or bulletproof cameras. There's a lot of work to be done for the attackers, and well, in here at least they'll remove 2 of those important operators. So the Monty being pulled out here by Aconite, an operator we did not see at all in a previous matchup. They're at all 3 maps, and we'll see Mira being allowed in play. So we head down to basement for Laundry in our very first round in this best of 3 series. Remind you, it's not standard best of 1 Pro League. It is best of 3. You have to win 2 of these maps, no matter what. I'll start things off.
Basement was the more prevalent and successful site in the previous match today, and you can see Pain trying to lean into that. Montaigne, as you touched on, very interesting pick that we're seeing from Guidance Gaming. It's surprising as well, considering they've already played this map today. You would expect them to maybe stay true to what they were doing earlier, but I have to I commend them for trying to change things up. As obvious, it's, if I'm Pain, I am definitely watching the match that my future opponent is playing right now. So good on Guidance to keep things fresh. That'll keep Pain on their toes.
And one thing as well that needs to be taken into consideration is the fact that Guidance just played a best of 3 under an hour ago.
Yeah, and Pain were definitely watching it.
Yes, so the fact that there's fatigue that starts to set in, and the fact that now strategies can be, played against and spotted much easier. Yeah, you have to keep that in mind.
Yeah, they didn't. Guidance Gaming didn't just play a match, about an hour ago. It was also a very long match, probably one of the longer matches we've had this season, lasting around a little over 3 hours. The match itself.
Yeah.
So that was That's a lot of play time for one team, and it's a lot to ask.
Exhausting.
It is, yeah. And Pain, on the other hand, coming into this fresh, the only thing that could really hurt Pain right now is underestimating their opponent. Because Pain, you know, they've got a lot of really notable players. They've got some big names on there. And these are people you expect to be in LATAM Pro League. You know, Guidance Gaming, they've got much more to prove. But at the same time, if Pain don't treat their opponents with respect, which we've seen happen before from big teams going up against what they would consider to be typically lesser opponents, they could be caught off guard.
All right, well, Aconite here is just moving in. He doesn't really have a full open wall to move through on the Monty, so he'll just have to stay back. Pain, of course, have been able to set up a mirror window facing the tower, but they did not have the reinforcement to play with it. And now Aconite will try to push them in to one position. You see them all in the back. They might just allow this punt to go down and go for a retake. Now we only see 3 players in here, where the other 2, they're trying to play in from the opposite end. FK1 will be the first to fall, so no more Jaeger. But the Mute's also trying to rotate around. NXT will take a bit of damage here. The long-range game will not work out for him, but actually, I say that. He does hit Aconite and actually takes down the Monty, but they run right into Miracle, who gets the easy kill onto 9XT. 4v3, but GCR is ready. And he turns it into a 3v3, sitting behind the soft wall. Revolts is in as well. GCR will get one more, as now they have to save their teammate from potential death. C4 might get thrown out here, as the diffuser will get set. Yeah, there you go. Hey, Highs is trying to set it in. He pulls back at the last second, and the C4 will not connect, but a lot of damage has already been done to the Capitao. Plush is ready, and he'll get the kill on GCR. 2v2, and Revolts finds the head. Plush is down and spawns from above a meeting hall. Quick rotation to the top after the kill. And that is that. Pain will take the very first round. The Monty, big pick, did a lot of work. But ultimately, the experience of Pain allowing them to keep calm under fire, rotate away from the site, and play in better positions. That's exactly what you should be seeing from PL Team.
Yeah, I got to say that Montaigne, while he did push the Pain players into odd positions, he also didn't really accomplish anything other than that. And it didn't hurt the Pain defense whatsoever. We saw one player die as he attempted to rotate after the Montaigne was felled. But other than that, yeah, the Monty didn't really accomplish anything. He didn't get to use his smokes. The ADS caught his first one. The second one never went down. And the defuse plant, this is the really curious thing for me. Where was the defuse plant? Well, we had the Montaigne in the face of the defenders for a solid 30 seconds, and all the while Thermite's just chilling.
Yeah,
you know? He had a lot of opportunity there, and he didn't.
The site was
open
for a solid 20 seconds.
Yeah, 20 to 30.
Yeah,
I mean, you'll
go.
If we're being safe, 20, but I would say 30.
Yeah.
And we had smokes down at times. We had, you know, firebolts down from the Capitao. So much being used to allow for a plant, and nope. Aconite's just chilling. He's waiting, and I'm not sure what he's waiting for. Did not work out for him. Did not work out for Guidance Gaming. If the diffuser had been planted, that could have been a different round. But in the end, Pain Gaming played it right. They really paced themselves perfectly, and they forced Guidance to come to them. And yeah, Guidance could not win the fights. So 1-0 to Pain Gaming, and they'll go to the top floor.
All right, the smoke here of 9XT just reinforcing up in Kid's bedroom. So nothing much that is out of the ordinary. Revolts will set up a mirror window as well to have info on the big window. FK1 is in. Pain Gaming. Interesting thing is that they are not bringing neither Mute nor a Bandit, but they have GCR on the Pulse, an operator that was banned beforehand in the Guidance matchup against Red Devils. You see, a Pulse can be a very strong operator if left unchecked. And there is 2 more sets of C4s to be played with Revolts and Spawns as well, Pain. So if you're Guidance, you really want to be clearing that kitchen. What a lot of teams will do, you know, in Latin America or EU or NA, is come in from small tower and clear out the kitchen through there. Unfortunately, that's not the case, and Guidance just leave their flanks completely open, which might come back to bite them pretty darn hard later on, as those C4s are not things you want to mess with. Latin America are very well known for that, and Pain especially with their even olden days with these sorts of C4 plays from the bottom up.
No. We haven't seen Pulse be very utilized today. He was
banned for a game.
Yeah.
And
the other
he was not utilized at all in the other two, maybe like once.
I don't think at all, really. It was kind of ignored, really. It was weird. But definitely a very powerful operator. Alpha going to be opening up the top of White stairs, the best of his ability, using that Ash charge on the rappel. You can see that the player inside of Meeting Hall has been droned out. That spawns. And Miracle just above is looking for the frag. He sees the feet. The opportunity is there, and he miraculously misses. So many shots, and Spawns will walk away with a sliver of HP. That's...
How? You sneeze on Spawns and he dies.
But wow, how is he alive? All right, so Pain kissing their lucky stars. Really happy about that. And GCR will be calling out quite a lot of information for his team. Of course, still able to play Pulse downstairs. It's a great position to have him right now. Only 40 seconds left as Spawns left to his own devices. Will take down Highs. You gotta finish him off. FK1 will go down. 9XT and Revolts, though, answer back. And they answer back quite a lot harder. 9XT is very low, as well as Spawns. Both on 1 HP. GCR, though, gets a C4 onto Alpha. And what a shot from the smoke. You really got to finish off those damaged players. Pain Gaming, 2-0.
Hot damn, 9XT. There you go. He still got it, man. That's a beautiful flick there. I actually haven't seen 9XT since we were in Sao Paulo, and I kind of miss him quite a bit.
We'll definitely be seeing him in Rio. I mean,
yes.
Even if he... No matter what, you're going to probably see him in Rio.
Yeah, we've already seen all the announcements that were tweeted out by R6 in Brazil, and they're like, you know what? We're going to bring out as many of the players in the teams as possible. If they are not participating in the event, they'll at least be there. There'll be signing sessions. People can meet them. There's a lot of personalities as well coming from Brazil in terms of Siege and gaming in general. It's a huge event, a huge congregation of esports and gaming fanatics. So I'm very, very happy and excited to be a part of that. And least of which is that I get to hang out with my best friends and see more of my friends in Brazil. How cool is that? Best thing ever. And we get to watch some of the best Siege ever. Who knows what might happen? Brazil last year was definitely an exciting matter. Maybe this time in an Olympic arena it'll be even better. Who knows? Maybe numbers are on our side at least. So now, before we head to that, as the excitement kind of starts to pump through us, with only 2 weeks separating us from the Rio finals. I know it's been a while. Pain Gaming will set up their third round here on the defense. And, well, they're going to go for tower this time, which means you have to watch out for T3. Hold it off for as long as possible, and make sure you don't lose it, because if you do, it's not going to be a fun time for you on the defense. Guidance, though, bringing the Capital, great way to open yourself back into the second.
And some teams prefer kitchen, some teams prefer tower. Clearly, Pain is of the latter group, and because of that, as you say, they will have to rely quite heavily on Spawns. Okay, never mind. On whoever decides to play the top floor, if anyone decides to play the top floor, of course, as you said, referred to as T3. A very important position, and if GG are able to get it without any contention, that would be very, very good indeed, sir. Now, they're looking for the angles right now, expecting somebody to be up there, but there isn't anyone. So they might be surprised when they are able to easily push their way into T3. It doesn't even look like Pain are really trying to contend it that much. They have some barrels pointing up. It's definitely not a reliable way of holding that T3, though.
And you know what I like about Pain? Is the fact that not just are they holding from the bottom up, but they're also making sure they have info on the window in T2. A lot of teams kind of forget that you can get easily shot from there.
Yeah.
And if there's nobody watching the window, it's an easy position for the attackers to go through.
It also looks like GCR is trying to run out, but he will be unsuccessful. No one to shoot in the immediate vicinity outside of that construction tunnel. You can see Plush able to deny the rotation through that little hole, but there's nobody to shoot right this minute. And GG are setting themselves up fairly well. They have managed to, I think, determine that There is no one on the top floor of tower, T3. But they aren't going to be able to take any action based on that information. FK will, I believe, no, not aware of Highs, who's just on his window, and because of that, Spawns will go down on the main stairs to Highs. That's a great position there for the Thatcher to get that kill. FK now aware, though, and he will be holding the angle. 9XT takes down Alpha, and here comes the actual push into the site. C4 prep from Revolts, but he will switch to the MP5 and get a kill. And what a sweep from Pain Gaming. We only saw one of them, but quite a quick succession of kills there for them, and a complete mop-up. I mean, it's done. Round's over, 3-0.
And this is the thing. If you look back at Guidance versus Red Devils and review the match, what you get is Guidance relying a lot on frags, relying on opportunities that are presented to them by their opponents. Unfortunately, this doesn't really work here because Pain are no strangers to sitting down and waiting until their opponents come into them. You're on the defense. You have the advantage. Hold your angles. Don't get over-aggressive, and you'll be good to go. And they know how to time every move there.
I mean, look at that first round. When the Montaigne was in the face of Pain Gaming, they weren't losing members. Why weren't they losing members? Because Pain Gaming knows how to play around a Montaigne.
Yeah.
You know, they've been in Pro League for a while. They know their stuff. And, yeah, they just played fluid. They ran away from their opponents when it was necessary. They engaged when it would be practical, and they were really good at gauging that. So, and that's it. That's the end of that. Pain are good at understanding their opponent and playing around them.
All right, round number 4 here. Can Pain extend their lead by an extra round, or will Guidance Gaming be able to guide themselves into a better position?
We'll see, I guess.
Okay, they can technically call for a rehost right here.
What happened? I missed it.
FPS bug.
Okay.
That's what I can understand.
We'll see what happens.
Again,
looks like we have ourselves a good old rehost. So,
what is a Latin America game without a rehost, right? It's gonna name a better duo than that. We're waiting until our lobby is reset. So our observer right now is just setting things up. In the meantime, I actually am trying to look for some information on one specific player.
oh yeah?
Yeah.
All right, well, so far what we've seen is pretty much absolute dominance from Pain. They seem to be in good form on Oregon right now, and in general, they seem very comfortable against their opponents. This could be due to a number of a number of different reasons. It could be Guidance is worn out from such a long day of playing and a very long break in between matches where I'm sure they were anticipating playing their match but were unable to.
Yeah.
It could also be the fact that Pain was able to read into Guidance because of the match we just saw played on Oregon where Guidance was against Red Devils. And that's probably something that's going to aid Pain quite a lot.
Oh, yes.
It also very likely comes down to the fact that Pain has a lot more experience. Enough said.
Yeah, and really, it's the experience game that plays into all of this. It's not something that you can quantify, and that's the problem, I guess, from our end trying to explain it to everyone.
You could look at how long they've played in Pro League. You could look at how long they've been in the forefront of competition for Latin America. Pain have been out there, man. These players, like, not even as just this individual team, but these players on Pain Gaming, these are well-known guys. And they've been around the block a time or two. So I'm not really going to be terribly surprised if this is a very one-sided match for Pain. Guidance Gaming, again, they've had a rough day so far. They came close in their first match, but they didn't get it. And now they have an even, I would say, more formidable opponent to play against in their second attempt. It's not looking good.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of work here to be done by Guidance. And right now we're just waiting to rehost our lobby. I would assume that since it was an FPS problem, the players will be reloading.
Hopefully. We'll see exactly what happens. But
we have no info just yet.
So far we've seen 3 different defenses from Pain Gaming. The first defense, we saw a construction push from Guidance Gaming, completely stomped out, despite it being really decently executed. not well executed, but decently executed. We saw a top floor defense, and that one was held out. Like that was it was dominant.
Yeah.
And the tower hold was also dominant.
Hulk smash.
Yeah, I mean, it was so curiously dominant too, because it was the way that Guidance Gaming decided to play it was just odd.
Do nothing and then come in for a plant.
I understand that Pain Gaming were trying to hold the T3 from below. I think that was a mistake. I think that Guidance Gaming had potential to take T3 and thus the round, but Guidance Gaming didn't try for that. They were just like, hey, let's push to the bottom floor through the tower side entrance door. That never worked.
Or push with 3 players from there, and there's just
the most success that they had was the highest position player that they had, which was Highs on the T2 window.
He got the first entry frag.
The first entry frag, but he was the only one coming in from anything above T1. Why? Why not put somebody on the rappel on T3? I get it. There, you can see them looking up from T2, but there are ways to avoid that. And if you get T3 at any point, if you get the control of T3, you have control of the whole top of tower. There was such a light hold there. Why not seize it?
It's right there. Pain. I have the high ground. It's over. It's a tower, for God's sake. Like,
I mean, this is just how tower defense works.
Yes.
That's why that's like the basic principle. Is if you get the top, you win.
You win.
And there's more to it than that. There are other ways to attack it. I'm not saying that's the only way you can do it. You can also take in through meeting hall, and you can isolate the meeting hall entrance, lay down some smokes, and get a diffuse plant covered from the outside. But like the opportunity was abundant. It was clear. They droned it out. They didn't seize it, and it was confusing. It was really confusing. Anyway, Pain definitely happy about that confusion, and up 3-0. So they'll probably be going back to the basement, and then we'll see top, and then that'll be the first half done and dusted.
Yeah, so
it doesn't matter what the score is, I guess, at that point.
Yeah.
Pain have already won the half, so they'll be going into the second half confident. No, if they can get 2 more rounds out of this, that would be very good for them, of course, even more confidence. But we're just waiting on one more player before we get everything going.
You know one thing? Pretty much a year ago,
Yeah.
9XT, quote-unquote, retired from Siege.
Okay.
But we both know you never really retire from Siege.
Oh, really? Okay.
He got back.
Yeah.
A year later, exactly 1 year later. Came in, used to play for the old Black Dragons lineup. Didn't go with them to the Sao Paulo finals, but he was there as an attendee.
Of course. All of LATAM was.
Yeah, we saw Sexy Cake there as well on the last day. We talked to him, and we're like, it was actually you and me. It was literally like 5 seconds before we left the venue. We're like, Sexy Cake, we both love your plays. We've seen what you've done. I can't wait to see you in Pro League.
Team Liquid.
And then he gets picked up and is on Team Liquid, and they go on to win a Pro League. Will we see the similar thing here with old talent coming back or new talent resurging from Challenger League? It's always a possibility. It's a shifting battleground up there.
It definitely is a possibility, and the Latin American Pro League is we'll say this again, Pain 7th place with 15 points. That's pretty substantial for being in 7th place. It was a very, very, very close region, all things considered. The only team that put themselves away from the pack, whether it was from the bottom or the top, was FaZe. That's it. They were the only ones. Everyone else was like within this much of each other.
Here's the points. 32 for FaZe. Then 21 Immortals. 19, 19, 19, 19. That's Team 1 Bootcamp and Liquid. 18 for NIP, 15 for Pain, and 13 for BD.
So that is
really
like
close.
2 wins from top to bottom. That's crazy.
Yeah.
That is crazy. Compared to the other regions, very, very close one. And that's why, Pain, they're in the relegation position. That's what they're fighting here. But they're definitely a formidable squad. And we'll see how they continue to play. Already up 3-0. We're finally getting back into Oregon. It's going to be, like we said, a basement defense followed very likely by a top floor defense if Pain are successful once more.
All right, spawns with the 6th pick here off the mute into the Valkyrie and the Ashe into the Ying. I'm pretty okay with that. We mentioned it before. Operators that really disrupt your opponents are great to have when they're not banned, which means the Monty, the Ying, potential Blitz. These operators, they offer quite a bit for your team, and in this case, we're going to see the Ying. Maybe Guidance, they'll actually find the way to come in here because, you know what, Ying has been proven to be an extremely powerful operator if put in the right hands, and there's quite a few players in all level 4 regions here that have been able to harness the power of our Hong Kong operator to her maximum potential. So maybe this is what Guidance have been looking for. They played the Ying in their previous matchup, and they ended up losing her literally at the first few seconds on this attack here in Oregon, which was their linchpin on the attack. Maybe here that'll be the different one. Pain are just setting up, and they will yet again utilize the old tried and tested Latin American way of defense all the way up top in the bedrooms, delay things as much as possible. And really, if we look back at it like a year ago when this started to happen, this region was the pioneer of this sort of multi-tiered style of defense on Oregon specifically.
Yeah, it has mixed success, but the same kind of mixed success that just, hey, playing in Meeting Hall or just playing in the basement does. It really is, what's your favorite flavor? Go for it. Yep. Blueberry, strawberry, raspberry, it's up to you.
Anything but vanilla.
Yeah, well, no, hey, I like vanilla.
It's too vanilla for me.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
It's vanilla. What about like French vanilla? Like proper, like creamy, like really
right,
vanilla.
I can go for that. When we were in Paris, I got you that really nice like Lebanese style vanilla. It was really good.
Didn't we have like some kind of special? Oh no, that was somewhere else. No, that was good. That was good. My favorite thing about the Lebanese food though was the chilled almonds. By far and away.
Oh yes, they were pretty good.
So here we go. Pain Gaming, GCR playing inside of the classroom, and he is just chilling. And so is FK1. So the big thing here is there was not a west side clear from the attack. They're setting themselves up. They cleared Meeting Hall, sure, but now you have, because of that, these roaming X factors that could potentially upset your attack. And of course, GG are going to pay attention to the Meeting Hall. They're not gonna, they're not gonna leave the flank hold, of course. But at the same time, it's ever present, right? The potential for that flank, as long as the Pain guys don't gauge it improperly, they'll just always be there. Revolts will take down Aconite, and that's the Capital gone, so lots of utility just lost for the attacking team. Miracle, though, takes down Revolts. FK1 on to highs. It's back and forth here as the diffuser's finally been planted. FK from above, though, that's that flank we were talking about. It's just Miracle. The Thermite has been downed, and in a 1 versus 4, this is going to be tricky. Spawns finishes off Plush, and the Thatcher will be taken down. Pain win the round 4-0.
Wow.
Okay. Right?
They're in the driver's seat.
Yep.
They're bringing the pain.
Ha ha ha.
Ha ha ha.
You're hilarious.
Funny.
So
lost Finch more like some cringe. Ha ha.
So that round, remember when I said they're not gonna stop watching the flank? I lied to you. I'm sorry. Forgive me, I lied to you, because they did. Guidance Gaming stopped watching the flank. There were 2 players on defense ready to pounce, and oh boy did they. FK1 did so much damage from Meeting Hall. It was over as soon as he was allowed into that position. What needed to happen there is one little old player needed to watch that flank, and nobody did.
And that's the big problem, is that you're leaving your flanks open, and you're relying on specific operators. The thing is, if you're not able to execute on the site on time and correctly, you really put yourself in a bad situation, because Pain, the instant they figured out that the attack was not coming from the main hall, or from the entrance, they completely switched sides. You heard the mirror window popping instantly, and they were playing from the outside in. Very beautiful reaction from Pain Gaming. This is the experience really shining, but as they did in the very first round, they're able to rotate past the site and play to their advantage in the flanks. And Guidance, there's no need for you to have 4 or 5 rifles trailing down one single hallway. There's no point. Have someone holding the flanks. Come on, man.
Yeah. Especially at Meeting Hall, it's honestly so freaking easy to hold a flank on Meeting Hall. Like, you just go into tower, you make one little melee hole, or maybe 2. You know, you can see pretty much all of the entrances to Meeting Hall, and anyone who tries to push into Meeting from the west side or from the main lobby, done. Easy kill. And nope, nobody did that. All right, so 4-0 on the first half. Can it be a 5-0? This is the last defense round for Pain Gaming. Of course, defending the top floor as they've been successful everywhere. This is a very predictable pattern for them. The only other... No, the only other place that they can go is to the kitchen.
Yeah.
And why would you go there when you can go top floor?
No, just so far, so calm. I guess Aconite just watching from outside. It's a long angle to hold, but with the FAMAS, you can definitely get this thing done here. It'll drop down and take a bit of damage through it. Spawn's holding all the way in the back by the doorway here, vaulted up. It's a good position. You're not really expecting it early on. You're expecting players that are a bit closer to you by the window. There's nobody repelling on there. And GCR in the meantime in small tower is getting information. Is there anybody on the big window? No, there is not. And he's gonna set up those windows for potential peaks later on in the round.
It's a really good position to have. Pulse is an excellent player or operator to play in this position as well. There is an IQ, so there's a direct counter in play here for Guidance Gaming, but he's on the other side of the map, so unlikely to see any direct contact there, which is going to be an advantage to the Pulse. Speaking of C4, though,
all right.
Revolts takes down Plush.
That's huge. That's your only hard breach.
Yeah, and that means that the push that would have gone...
He opened it.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, it's damage done for the Thermite, so good job to him. But still, a kill. Miracle, though, refrags onto this very same player who got the C4 kill. That's Revolts, and that's very good for him. GCR, a really poorly timed C4, but an excellently timed flank from FK1 will take down Aconite. So... not all lost for Pain. Alpha, though, on to FK1, so it's constant back and forth. GCR gets Alpha, so he should be refragged here, and he will be refragged. Miracle also takes down 9XT, means a 1 versus 2, but both of these attackers are so very lit up. Spawns has information on the IQ, and now the Thatcher. The pre-fire will land. Spawns now in a 1 versus 1. Highs is on such low HP, but a poorly placed C4 gives away the position of Spawns and does not get the kill. Only 9 seconds left, and Highs has the positional advantage, but Spawns is playing it perfectly, and the headshot lands! A 5-0 in the first half, and we will go to the second, just a round away from Pain Gaming taking it.
Literally the last bullet in the magazine. As there are only 5 left in the MPX, perfect positioning on the headshot. And it landed. My God.
Beautiful job there from Spawns.
That was absolutely insane. That's, again, the experience. Like, what can I say? It's just, this is how you're supposed to play it. And thing is, there's only, you know, maybe this round and, you know, one before that was close between the two. Otherwise, Pain Gaming are at the helm most of the time.
Yep. So, will we see a 6-0 is the question. I'm here rattling in everyone's mind. The answer, we will find out in but few minutes. And I think it likely.
Yeah, it's definitely possible here. I don't know how...
Oregon is neither attacker nor defender sided. So, just going to be whichever team is playing better. Seems to be Pain.
I guess you are right.
I don't know. Okay, so that last round, I suppose we should analyze it a little bit. It started off with a back and forth.
Yeah.
Every single time Pain would get a kill, Guidance Gaming would get a kill in response. And it ended up being Guidance Gaming getting 2 in a row that put them in the driver's seat, that put them in the lead. They had control. But Spawns, being the clutch player that he is, he clutched it. And that's all there is to say. No, Guidance Gaming, they got the advantage. They fought for it. But they couldn't lock it out.
Yeah, they peaked him 1 by 1, and when you have a player of that caliber facing you, it's just not something you can really rely on, I guess. But Pain Gaming, interestingly enough, in this round will be bringing the Jackal here with Spawns, so he can easily watch for any potential flanks or any just potential roamers that are set up for the Inox. And of course, is a strong tool to use. NightXT on the Thermite this time around, GCR on the Sledge. So they're bringing that dual soft breach, but also have spawns with the ITA-12 just if they need something of a lighter breach potential. Spawns just walking in, clearing out, and instantly finding the Valkyrie cameras that are hidden in and around the map. The wall is left unreinforced from Meeting Hall, so it's all open from there. NightXT in the meantime will breach into the closet and not really wasting any time. Minute 48 and the checklist is done. Now Pain Gaming can walk into the site if need be.
Now, I've also got a player positioned on the west window. That's going to be FK1. He is going to be instrumental in disrupting the defense as his teammates attempt to push into Generator. The optimal operator for this position playing on Zofia. He can use his lifeline, Gishmats, to hurt this hold as much as he please when the right moment comes around. Miracle, though, in the position to deny this push as the Valkyrie. He's got a C4, and he's got plenty of pre-opened holes. He can deny a plant and a vault through that window in the hallway. Aconite and Alpha both get their own kills. GCR going for a nade, trying to even things out, but it will not land. The second one does a little bit of damage, but not a kill, so not exactly the optimal result. Spawn's laying down the smokes to attempt to cover the push into the Generator room, but Miracle from below uses his C4 to stop that push dead in its tracks. 9XT cannot push in because of the gas canisters, and from behind he will be flanked. Miracle gets the kill from below, though, before that could even happen. And it's all up to Spawns in a 1 versus 5. No 6-0. Guidance Gaming get their first round.
Yeah, the man that clutched the round previous to this will have to do it all over again here in a 1v5, and unfortunately for him,
nope,
that is not possible. Miracle's holes were opened up perfectly here, just had a perfect angle on anybody walking in, and just, I have to say, the preparation from Guidance was definitely much more set in stone than what we saw on their attacking side. So maybe this is what they require.
It was very thorough.
Yeah.
So, well done to Guidance Gaming. Very thorough setup. Like the holes that they did. Like I said, I really have to hand it to Miracle for that round. Did a lot of work from that position underneath. Pain Gaming probably should have cleared out a little bit underneath before they decided to push in through Generator. Most teams will have something in play to account for that C4 from below.
They didn't clear him out, and they just left the Valkyrie downstairs.
And that's what cost them.
Yeah, I think maybe they got a bit too cocky.
Maybe, it's possible. I mean, either way, they lost the round. And now they're going to be attacking onto a kitchen defense. So this is what Guidance Gaming did in the first match on Oregon. When they were on defense, they went top floor, then kitchen. And then they never went kitchen again because they were not successful on it. I gotta say, I would not have done this if it were me on match point, but yeah, you go, Guidance Gaming, you go.
It's a free town.
Attackers recovered the diffuser.
Mind you guys of the stakes at hand here. Is, we already had one match before this. You win this game, you're in Pro League. You lose, you're in Challenger. That's as easy as it gets.
Yeah, 3 teams enter, 2 teams go to Pro League, 1 team goes to Challenger League. Done deal. So, downstairs, kitchen. An odd site to hold, and odd risk to take when the stakes are so high. GCR going to be pushing his way towards showers. And of course, a very important location to have control of at lockers. Castle barricade being broken. Now, some people might say, hey, you want to have that castle barricade to help cover your push into the site. But the reason the castle barricade is there is to cover the rotation from the locker player who would deny your defuse plant. So opening it up is important as an attacking team.
Here's the thing. This site, as you mentioned, was used by Guidance in their match. So they pretty much ran the exact same style as they are right now. This might not really work out too well for them, as Pain were definitely watching that game and should have spotted all of this. And there you go. High is the first man on the floor. Aconite will try to save his teammate, and unfortunately he's not the talk. this time, and FK1 will land the shot. He'll take down Alpha. Now, you lose one player, that's the castle removed, plus will refract, spawns out of play. You lose the Jackal, but it's not at the end of the day. FK1 taking down Highs, that's a big kill on the smoke. There's still the Ela in play, if need be. They can get him up close here to clean up their opponents. And there's a lot of damage that can be done through it. GCR finds the angle, and Miracle will go down. Now 2 left alive. It's Aconite, and Plush. Will try to walk in.
Uh-oh.
The showers. Oh no, he can deny this whole thing, but no, 2 kills in a row. Diffuser's not been set, but it's a 2v1. 9XT should be able to go for the plant here, but they need to watch the diffuser, and that's why you don't reinforce the sidewall here. Make sure you don't fire a single round Aconite, because any position that you reveal yourself in, it might be too much for you, and unfortunately he can't get the kill on Revolts, which means his position now will be known. They know where he's going to be coming from, and they should not be peeking the angles without dual positions. That's exactly what's going to happen here. 9XT will finish off Aconite, and that is map number 1 on board for Pain Gaming. A 6-1 total. Absolute control from Pain Gaming, except for the one round where it was the complete reverse.
Well, that was a one-sided match. Bank as the second map, going to be kind of interesting. So we talked about it before. We'll talk about it again. Bank is going to be one of those maps that will definitely lean heavily on the mechanics as opposed to Oregon. It's a less random map. It depends on, of course, where you're defending. Really does. You know, sometimes if you're on the upper
with no hard breachers,
yeah,
the attackers definitely does help.
That also, you know, can change things. I expect Guidance Gaming to try and ban something a little bit different. You know, Hard Destructor maybe try and upset the way that their opponents will attack.
Habana definitely makes a lot of sense in this sort of play. There's so many hatches that it's just the easiest operator to ban out. In my opinion still, Habana is a lot more versatile of a hard breacher compared to the Thermite, just because you have an extra set, and a lot of times you don't really need those you don't really need to walk into a site from a breached hole. A lot of times it's just to have an angle for you to hold on to a plant or a position through it. You don't always require a full wall to be open for you to enter the site.
Yep, and of course it does depend on the situation, but yeah,
In
often the Habana is more versatile. Yeah. Now, of course, Bank being a little bit more mechanics heavy, it's probably going to favor Pain because they have the superior mechanics, having more experience.
Yeah.
I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I'm not going to be over here like, hey, yeah, Guidance are mechanically on par with Pain, because that's not true.
No.
They need more practice. I think we've been able to discern that from today's matches. That's not a problem, though. It comes with the experience. We're going to load into Bank, and map number 2, Guidance going to look to try and take as many rounds away from this as possible, maybe putting us onto map number 3.
Yeah, who knows?
Who knows? We could see border. It's definitely possible. Now, Pain Gaming will start the ban phase, as they did on the previous match, because they are also on defense for the first half. And they will get rid of Lion as they did in the previous map. So, it's pretty much playing out the same way it did not too long ago. Habana, I'm guessing. There it is. Okay. Habana gone. Also, the ban that Guidance Gaming got rid of on the previous map. But it makes a lot more sense here. That's going to significantly hurt the attack onto the basement. Now, here's the problem. Guidance Gaming are attacking they're attacking first. So, like, I get it. You know, when you get to your defense, now the basement's super powerful. But if you end the first half in a 5-0, like you just did, then it's not gonna matter.
Echo again, yeah.
And there goes Echo. So this is the same exact ban phase we just saw in the previous map.
So we're gonna have Mira in play. We're gonna have shields in play as well.
Yep.
Clash can be comboed with Ela very effectively on the blue stairs or server stairs. Ela with FO12 is definitely a possibility as well. So a lot that can be done. Actually, Bank is still like one of my favorite maps to watch.
I do like Bank, yeah.
There's just so much variety in the way that you can play things, and operator bans change things around, but they don't completely negate parts of the map.
I will say that a Habana ban on the basement does kill all of the variety. Like you're okay. Habana ban basement, you're attacking server, and it's going to be a rough attack because there's probably going to be a Valkyrie with a Spaz 12 playing the server stairs. The drop down's going to be reinforced. Not going to be the case here though. Pain not going to lean into that too heavily. They could do, but it's not their plan. They didn't ban Habana.
Yeah.
So it makes sense that they wouldn't. Either way, though, basement's going to be quite a lot more powerful without a Habana in play.
So GCR is going to be setting up his black eyes. Reinforcements set in here on the walls. GCR will go all the way up. Guidance not bringing the Zofia. They're relying on one hard breacher, or one hard breacher, obviously. But they also have a soft breacher in the Ash and the Jackal potentially with the ITA. There's not much that you can do with the ITA on the site with these reinforcements, but it's still an option, especially if there's going to be some roam play. We might end up seeing a vault drop, which happens quite a bit when Habana is banned, and teams kind of just fizzle out early on the attack and can't really do much against a player on the server stairs. Once you can't really do much in that position because there's ADSs, there's utility, there's an Ela, etc., which is, you know, not the Ela part. A lot of teams, what they'll do is just switch around and completely go for a vault drop, and that requires a lot of timing, and it doesn't really work.
Yeah, usually it just ends up being a tremendous blunder.
Yeah.
But it's not exactly easy to attack in the default way either. Again, when you're missing the Habana, it's honestly basement's just it's supposed to be a free win minus Habana. That's just how it usually goes. Now, let's see if Guidance Gaming are able to I guess heal this self-inflicted wound of the Habana ban in this round. I'm sure that because they banned Habana, they have a plan to deal with the basement minus Habana. I guess we'll find out. They spent a minute clearing out roamers, of which I don't believe there are any.
No. They're all on site.
Yep, because they recognize no Habana. We don't need to roam. So, slow going still, despite that fact and that knowledge for Guidance Gaming. Spawns playing inside of the server is going to fall back as the drop down in sight gets opened up. This is a big deal. They opened up the drop down above A, which means they only have one exothermic charge left. And they're going to need to be really selective on where that goes exactly. Looks like they might want to use it for the server drop down, but if they drone server determine it's clear, they're not going to waste the thermite charge. They're very likely going to save it for the actual wall in sight. If they want to do that, they're going to need to move the thermite kind of quickly because they only have 50 seconds left.
I wouldn't put the thermite in this position if I were you. You still need another opening here to get into the site easier, but there you go. FK1 is going to be the one to go down here and found with the SMG. All right.
It's possible that Guidance Gaming aren't actually going to go for a plant and might just go for a straight clear them out strategy, which could work with the Candelas and Smokes. We'll see. Or maybe just a drop plant. A dangerous attempt here from Guidance Gaming, but they've got the cover for it. Only 20 seconds to pull it off, and the push in from 9XT, uncovered on the main doorway to the site. The diffuser goes down. Spawns will also take out Plush. It's all up to Miracle and Highs. Miracle will take down Revolts, though. That's the second, if I'm not mistaken. Highs in not a great position, and Miracle will finally be finished off as Highs starts to push in from server. He's taken down as well. So a complete collapse from Pain. They keep themselves distanced from the site, avoiding the Candelas, and because nobody... Here's the big kicker. The only thing that really cost Guidance Gaming that round was the fact that they were not covering the main door to site, and 9XT was allowed to walk through it with no contention whatsoever and deny the defuse plant. That's it. That's all it was. If the defuse plant had gone down, that could have gone so many different ways, but nobody covered the door.
Yeah, and here's the big problem. You were trying to push in from the opposite end from the server side, but you didn't. You only had the doorway to walk through because you didn't use your 2 exothermic charges.
One of them.
Well, yeah, you used one of them. You didn't use the second one.
Yeah.
Why? There's no roamers. You spent too much time over it. Another point. there's a pulse. Your smokes, they're not going to help you a lot, especially if you're dropping from one position. The smoke is going to be the pulse is going to be very comfortable in relaying information, which in this case allowed 9XT to play around from the hallway and got a kill off of it, which denied the diffuser plan. I think it's Guidance trying to overcomplicate their position when they're not actually using the utility that they themselves have available to them. And it really confuses me, because it shouldn't be the case, because you're not going for a frag heavy drop, especially not literally in the middle of all your opponents. Like, if this was a vault drop, it would be half of a problem as it was in that previous round, because you're dropping literally into everyone. That's an easy position for defenders to deal with. I don't know. We're trying, I guess, not to harp on it too much, but really, there's a lot of mistakes here that just don't make much sense, and we're trying to formulate a reason and answer why is it happening. And unfortunately, the answer is mostly negligence or just lack of focus.
I think from the get-go, the strategy from Guidance Gaming in that round was just poorly conceived.
Yeah, 100%.
Now, this one is going to be, hey, let's walk in through tellers, and it's not working so far. 9XT will get the first frag onto Alpha. The follow-up from Plush is going to be spotted and pre-fired by 9XT, but he will finally be felled by Miracle, who also rushes into the site, but is taken down from above by FK1 and Aconite with some team damage there onto Highs. The last two attackers, like fish in a barrel in the main lobby, as the rest of the defenders address this assault. Another poorly conceived attack strategy in through the main lobby. And look, a goo mine and the pre-fire from Aconite will land onto spawns, but not all is lost for Pain Gaming, as they still have the man advantage and positional advantage. Because look at this, FK1 can lock down this teller doorway. The rest of his teammates can focus on the other teller doorway and teller's wall. This is great positioning from Pain Gaming, and while there is still plenty of time for Guidance Gaming, both of these attackers are extremely low on HP.
Revolt has clear line of sight, and Nitrocell as well, as the Thermite will blow open the door, or blow open a new door, literally creating one. Walking from tellers. FK1 still upstairs. GCR will get shot down actually on the rotation. This is not good at all here for Pain, as they might be losing the second round of this series. Aconite has gotten the finisher. The Valkyrie not available anymore. Not sure if there was a C4 available, but look, there's not a ton of time left here, and they're going to try to focus on FK1. A good strategy, in my opinion, but they need to push him in tandem, and unfortunately, he is going to get the spot, and FK1 rotating around to get it in the headshot. Oof. Highs will go down. FK1 perfect control on the 416, and now all of the effort is set on Aconite, who has to walk in from the admin office in FK1 from above the hatch. Here's the movement down below, and he'll get the kill after Pain, no matter what spot you put them in. It seems like they are always in control of this game. There you go. That is the second round on the board for Pain Gaming. We head to round 3.
An attempted rush strategy from Guidance Gaming, but Pain there to shut it down, and more specifically, 9XT. Excellent use of the SMG-11 and good control, holding down that rotation from tellers to archives. And if it weren't for that, we would have seen Guidance Gaming take full control of the site, and a very different result, I think.
Well, opening up the site is one thing. Not clearing the one roamer upstairs is...
I mean, even if... Okay, let's say they kill 9XT, though, on the entry. Even if FK1 is above, he's not going to be able to retake the site by himself there. I mean, he might have gotten one kill or two, but I think we could have seen a defuse plant there from Guidance Gaming. Maybe a different result. I don't know. Maybe we would have seen another crazy collapse like we've seen from Pain Gaming time and time again on defense. Either way, 9XT stopped all of that. All that potential was just boop, it's gone because 9XT held it down as smoke. So, open area as the next defense for Pain.
Interesting.
I suppose, yeah.
It's definitely not a set you see that often.
Yeah. So
mixed results.
Usually when we go to bank, there's there's not as much success on defense. You know, you will see successful defensive rounds, don't get me wrong. I'm trying to say a team will not always win round after round after round. And they've got 2 in a row now. So, you know, sometimes we won't see CEO, sometimes we won't see open area, sometimes we won't see archives or bottom. Depends on the team. But we right now have Pain Gaming being forced to go to all of their sites because they're winning them. Is Spawn's really going to do this? Is he? I mean, I don't think there's anyone there. So,
Nope.
there
There you go.
yeah. But at the same time, just wow. See right there, that's confidence. That's knowledge that's security in success.
Now, he didn't use his signal disruptors yet completely, so he still has 3 that are available. I wonder where he will set those up.
And that's probably him just being lazy.
Oh, I want to go for the spawn peak first.
Yeah. It's more important. Gotta get some frags, man. One of those matches.
Well, 9XT just flipping around here, getting information down to his teammates. Castle Barricade, of course, has been preset. GCR with a decent chunk of damage taken early on here in the round.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure where that came from, actually. Possibly from above, maybe? I'm not sure. Plush pushed his way into Square Skylight. Good position to have. Cuts off a lot of rotation, but those rotations were actually already cut off by GCR's Castle Barricade, so not something the defense were trying to utilize. Miracle inside of Teller entrance, and FK1 here with the C4 prepped and ready to go. You can see he pre-ripped it so that he won't make the noise and won't alarm his opponents once he eventually throws it. Good positioning here from FK. Ooh, he's going for the bullet hole. Oh, he might get it! You will! FK, what a play onto Miracle. Alpha will refrag onto spawns, but oh, that was beautiful. Not even going for the melee, using but a bullet hole. Aconite will take down GCR, though, from the open wall just by Square Skylight. Plush holding the flank onto FK1, and it's a 2 versus 4. This looks like a dominant round for the GG Guidance Gaming. 9XT and Revolt's the last 2 defenders. And they are in decent positions. Revolt's has a mirror window that's facing towards Kitchen that he can use to hold this push. And 9XT gets a very clean shot onto Highs. So now a 2v3. This is much more manageable. The gas canister's finally coming out. He's been saving them. Great utility usage from the smoke there. And Revolt's in a good position here to hold archives. Breaks the mirror window, or his teammate breaks the mirror window, allowing for a C4. Poorly timed, though, and it will not see a result. The defuse plant is behind the kitchen counter, though Revolts does get the planter of Aconite. Alpha, in a really long angle, will take down 9XT. The man on a rampage finally shut down. Revolts, though, could clutch this out. He knows where his opponent is. He goes for the pre-fire, but does not land it. Eats a little bit of damage in the attempt as well. These last 2 attackers are so far away. They are not risking anything. There is very little chance that Revolts can clutch this, but he's certainly trying. Unsuccessful. Alpha will lock out the round, and Guidance Gaming take their first one on map number 2.
I have to say, Guidance played it well. My God.
Yeah, they did.
We have the diffuser down. Let's just play the long angles.
They did it.
Hey.
That was good. That was good strategy.
Yeah.
They saw that the castle barricades were blocking off all of the potential denial from archives. There was one in the window, one in the doorway from archives to Square Skylight. They said to themselves, hey, you know what? If they're going to play it like that, let's open the kitchen wall. They opened the kitchen wall. At this point, they had already managed to get quite a few picks. For some curious reason, I don't know why, the castle barricades were broken by the defenders. That was not necessary. There was a mirror window in small office facing towards kitchen, which means that Pain were expecting this. This was the push that they were anticipating. It was a trap. But despite falling into the trap, because Pain got ahead of themselves and tried to counter the play instead of just waiting for Guidance Gaming to walk into the trap, Pain lost too many lives. At that point, it was too hard to fight back. And the round was over. So, nice try to Pain Gaming. Better try for Guidance, and that's why they took the round. So, we will go back to the basement for the fourth defense from Pain Gaming.
We'll see if Payne can get an extra round here on the board, or will Guidance actually try to bring this one back? I'll remind you that Payne, as you can see with the yellow bar, they have won map number 1. But Guidance can take number 2 here on Bank and take it to our third one, which is always a possibility. Remind you that the first map, Oregon, went 6-1 the way of Payne Gaming. See if Payne can continue the control that they had back then, as we see Ying being played yet again here by Guidance, and the Maverick plus the Thermite combo has been revealed. And one thing's for sure, if Maverick brings a lot to the table, one of the coolest things that he does bring is the fact that his 1911 sounds absolutely amazing.
True. So, GG, able to get 1 round. That's the same amount of rounds that they got in the previous map. Question is, can they get more? The open area, not exactly a great site to defend, but Payne Gaming gave it their all. They had a nice, neat little strategy set up, a trap strategy. Did not work out, because they, well, failed to play to their strategy. They kind of they went around it for some reason. I'm not sure why. Now, yet again, Hibana being banned means that attacking the basement is going to be very difficult. Means that Aconite's exothermic charge placement is going to be paramount to the success of this round for GG. And Heinz is going to try to open up the drop down. Maybe he's just trying to get kills through it, and he will actually be successful in that attempt. The silent nature of Maverick's blowtorch paying off.
I'm not sure if it's still the bug where the first use of the blowtorch will have no audio cue.
I mean, it basically has no audio cue anyway.
Or yeah, or in general, it
doesn't.
Yeah.
I mean, even if you really listen for it, you basically just can't tell.
Maybe if something actually fell from above where you could see it, like other than just the audio cue, I don't know.
I think it should make the same noise that Thermite makes. It should be that loud.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's for another time. Alpha gets the second kill. Payne Gaming now at quite a disadvantage. They have 2 C4s and a lot of gas canisters, but they've lost so many lives, and that's, with those lives, quite a lot of control. 9XT has been the hero for Payne Gaming in the past, and he's in a great position to be the hero once more, using his gas canisters to delay the push from the stairs for as long as possible.
9XT up close here. Can he find this? I mean, he has had a lot of luck hitting the headshots. This one will not connect. Oh, they push in from above. The shotgun shot actually downs the sledge, but Alpha's ready to refrag as he gets very close up by the garage. The mirror window being popped, used by Alpha again as he turns it all onto Revolts. Not much Revolts can do here. Anyways, he's blocked in the back, and it's very smart here from Guidance Gaming just to come in from the garage and make sure that they can shut down rotations into the red hallway. The hallway of death, as there's a lot of bodies here from Payne down on the floor. Revolts will try to rotate in from the vault, and this angle should be held here. You see already the defenders are holding upstairs. They immediately rotated up for post-plant positions, and they have their drones ready for it. There's not much Revolts again can do, and there's not much time as well. Highs will take him out, and there you go. The Maverick that had done so much work in this round, with the opening kill being the least. There's quite a bit of work here for Guidance, but you know what? They're trying to bring it back. It's a 2-2 with round 5 on the board.
And we have a ball game. Looks like it's not going to be a complete sweep like the first map was. Payne Gaming have to put in their best to take this. They will go back to the basement, though. Not choosing to rotate to another site. This is their final defense. And then these sides will switch. You really got to get those basement holds, especially when there's no Hibana. It's incredibly important that you win them. The fact that Payne Gaming were unsuccessful there, not great. But they will have a second attempt, and again, their final attempt. I guess their third total in terms of basement. Now, they're 1-1 right now. They want to push it to 2-1 their favor in this basement hold. And it's 2-2 total. Of course, the off-site being unsuccessful. Open area, hard site to hold. Now, overall, that last round really comes down to Payne losing lives for no reason. The Smoke 9XT was trying to confirm his kill, likely uncertain or unaware that he had actually downed his opponent. The free kill that came thanks to Maverick being Maverick.
Well, the Zofia actually just went in from the garage as well, so there was
that too.
an even extra angle for him to watch.
The confusing thing is that the Zofia was being watched on a Valkyrie cam
Yeah.
through most of that round. How was that not called to 9XT is what really puzzles me. I don't know. I don't know. And, I mean, there were two dead people at that point. One of them has to be watching the Valkyrie cam in the garage, right?
Yep.
One of them, at least. Whatever. No information being relayed clearly, and 9XT, and because of that, Pain saw the consequences. Anyway, once more into the breach, dear friends, and we go to the basement. Still a Maverick in play, which means potentially another drop being opened up, or two, as he can.
Is he going to open the same holes as before?
Oh, definitely not going to get any kills from them, right? I mean, hopefully, for Pain's sake, not going to get any kills from it again. As he said earlier, fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice, yeah.
Fool me once, shame on you. It's getting late.
It is, it is. But I think you guys know how the saying goes.
Well, early, I guess.
Early? Yeah.
Yeah.
What is it? 3 a.m. at this point?
Yeah, 3:20.
3:20.
Yeah, boy.
Okay, so a little bit past. Anyway, Mira in play here, and as he spawns in the vault, trying to gather information for his team. Looks like we might have had a deep thermite over by the west, possibly trying to go for a different angle.
Oh, no.
Was that some team damage?
Yeah, he walked right into him.
That's unfortunate. 9XT luckily using the SMG-11. He's not going to do too much damage to that Valkyrie, but still a little bit of damage done, and that's really not what you want to be seeing in a high-pressure situation like this. No one pushing in through the garage this time means Pain don't have to account for as many angles. Very important that they are able to focus on the right push, the right moment. Flashbangs are plenty, and Pain really feeling that as they attempt to hold on here. Highs not able to do as much damage using these Maverick holes as he was last time, as it seems his opponents are well aware of this position and are playing around it accordingly.
Yeah, and right now just time being burned out. So see the Claymore, this has been preset just in case there's a run out. FK1 just holding off the angle. He doesn't need to peek into it, just wants his opponents to come in. Remember, there's 25 seconds on the clock. Flush will come in. He's going to get heard here with the barbed wire. He doesn't see the edge of the Jaeger rifle. Will get one, but he's going to get refragged, and FK1 had already gotten one beforehand. There's still Maverick holding on to the angle, really. With 10 seconds left, information's being relayed in from spawns, and they should rush into Aconite. But Miracle, holding off from the top, will get one C4 from GCR. Will potentially end this round, and there you go. Revolts clutches high as he jumps on down and lands right into the fire of the full auto Vector. There you go, shred it to pieces. As the round will go the way of Pain. So now they go 3-2 in the first half. They have the advantage as they head on to the attack. We'll see if they do better on the attacking side compared to what Guidance had done.
Looks like it's going to be, yet again, a basement hold. Surprise, surprise. Again, without the Hibana, you really just want to utilize that basement as much as you can. I mean,
it can be very like a free point.
Yeah, it should be, and that's really the reason I think that Guidance Gaming are still in this. They managed to win an attack onto the basement. That's huge. The fact that this is a 2-3 instead of a 4-1 right now is great for Guidance Gaming, and it will probably put them into a 3-3 here as they get to go to their own basement hold. I gotta say, seriously, props to GG for being able to win basement attacks. It's not an easy thing in this scenario. And they will very likely see the same amount of success as they attempt to go to their basement as well. We see a Blackbeard being played here from Pain Gaming. I like this. Blackbeard, very powerful in the right scenario. And we're also seeing Zofia and a Glaz, so a lot of pushing power on Pain Gaming's lineup. The Jackal to clear out the potential roamers and add smokes to this attack, and a Thermite, for obvious reasons. You need a hard destructor to attack the basement. All in all, a really decent lineup from Pain Gaming. Guidance Gaming as well. You've got all the right tools. One thing that I will say is missing a Pulse. Curious oversight there from Guidance Gaming. Well, I mean, I guess you can't really say an oversight. Preference, I suppose. But Pulse definitely very powerful here. I would certainly take a Pulse in lieu of an Ela here.
It's a different style. You mentioned it, but you have the Ela that holds the stairs instead of having the Pulse that plays from your vault.
And that's why they banned the Habana, right? They have a clear strategy. They want to play the Ela on the stairs, or they've got the Jaeger set up there. They've got the shield. It's definitely a viable strategy. But I feel like Pain are going to be able to just play around it. That's my expectation anyway.
Well, Spawns will walk in here on the Jackal. Not sure if you can spot any footprints there. I don't know if anybody from Guidance actually went through the main hallway, but Revolts is droning in regardless. And is going to find any player that's playing with Tellers. Nobody's in there. Archives, well, nobody's in there. You know why? Guidance are playing on the site, and truly so. We talked about the Ela. There's the Ela Clash combo that has been working pretty darn well. Especially in this sort of defense when you're putting a lot of eggs into the one basket that is holding on to the stairs. And there you go. You have ADSs, barbed wire, you have Gizmots as well, the Ela herself with the Evo.
All the things.
Everything. Literally everything put towards this. And what a lot of teams will do is instead of pushing through there, if they find it a bit too complicated, is that they will just come around. Don't put two. It doesn't work that way.
He picked up his own barbed wire. The entire hold on the top of the stairs has just been whittled down to 2 Guzman mines
that are put in position where they would both pop instantly.
So, flashbangs coming out of the top of the stairs, pre-fires as a response from the defenders, and it's a pre-fire from the attack as well. GCR has the advantage of his shield, and he will win the fight against Flush. Alpha goes down as well. The server stairs are lost. Run for the hills, GG, run for the hills. Revolts has eaten some damage, and so has GCR, but Miracle will go down to the Blackbeard regardless, and it's a 2 versus 5.
Aconite all on his own here in the lobby, and FK1 is ready. He takes his head off. High's all on his own, but he's going to need one hell of a high to get off of this one game. Both angles being held, and FK1 on the Zosha will clean him up, and Pain Gaming demolish Guidance on the attack. Yeah, I don't think that Ela hold is worth it. Correct me if I'm wrong, Michael. I am not the analyst here.
That was a comedic round. I'll just say that. So let's walk through how that all went wrong. First things first. The shield was positioned too far forward. What happened there was that the first ADS was cleared out. The first ADS was the one placed closest to the shield on the wall. It was a little bit farther forward. The second 2 ADSs were farther back on a different part of the wall. Now, once that first ADS had been cleared out, the lifeline impact was able to hit the shield at an angle that the other 2 ADSs couldn't catch. And it exploded to clear out those 2 unutilized ADSs. Barbed wire was still in play, was not destroyed. But
it was picked up.
After the Ela messed up his second Guzman, which, by the way, why place 2? Just place 1. Anyway.
They don't stack.
After the second Guzman was failed, he tried to pick up one of them, and he accidentally picked up his barbed wire, which was his only other layer of defense beside the Guzman mines. And then the pre-fire from the Blackbeard being the optimal operator to deal with that. I know I've been saying that a lot today, but it sounds right. The right operator to deal with that scenario.
Go with your gut feeling, Michael.
He was perfect. He was perfect. He was the key to that keyhole. He solved the problem. Guzman or no, pre-fire, got the kill onto the Ela. the Jaeger, for some reason, continued to contest the stairs even though all was lost.
I got it.
And then also died. And then server was lost. That
worry.
was it.
I got it.
You said to put all your eggs in one basket. That's what Guidance Gaming did. It didn't work out for them. Server control was lost, and from there it all fell apart. Done deal.
Yeah. It's a good way to put it.
Man, what a round. Comedic round. And Pain Gaming further their lead, 4-2 on the second map, having won the first. See a CEO hold here from Guidance Gaming after losing the top or the bottom four.
This is even more complicated. Now you're dealing with both a Blackbeard and a Glass.
You know, the beauty of this, though, is there's only the one hard destructor, and you can impact trick so much. There's no potential here, because you can't even place a thermite on the floor in front of those walls. So the impact tricks are a surefire way of denying a push from open area, or sorry, from the square skylight, as it's more often referred to as.
Which is why you can't push from one angle. You have to push in from the stairs at the same time.
Right. This needs to be a main lobby take from Pain. They really cannot commit to a CEO push. There would have to be a huge blunder from the impact players, and it would require, I think, okay, there you go. Huge blunder,
Okay.
done and dusted.
Wow.
Probably thanks to GCR repelling here on these north windows. But at the same time, you can impact trick with him there. Like, it's possible.
Hobie.
Yeah, it's possible. It's difficult, but it's possible. Either way, wall open, and now the open, the skylight push is definitely, well, it's what they're going to be going for now.
All right, Revolt's moving back here on the Glass. There's a player that they can spot in the hallway.
Oh,
Fuck goes the
JCR.
weasel. Miracle is going to need a miracle to weld his head back from that one.
It's not going to happen.
Yeah, the Valkyrie is out for this round as Pain are looking for the extra round on the board. Remember, the wall's already been open, 45 seconds on the clock. Alpha will fire a few shots down range. They won't connect through the smoke as Revolts is just teetering on the edge, walking down as slow as possible. The diffuser will get set here behind the hard surface, and you'll get a kill. The Jackal will land one, and that's High's out of play, but no! Flush will get one, and this time next to the planter that's been removed from play. They turn around as Alpha will get one more onto Spawns. This is spiraling out of control. 17 seconds on the clock. Yeah, sure, you hold the rotation, but you don't hold the sight. GCR will get one, but it's Plush to get the kill on GCR now. 7 seconds on the clock, and Plush is ready. The T5 makes it happen. My God, Guidance actually take the round pretty handily.
Yeah, nice retake there from Guidance Gaming, and they bring it back 4-3. Still Pain's favor, but it's not over yet. We were looking at match point, and we still are, I suppose, but it's much closer than it would have been otherwise. GCR really needed to provide better cover for the defuse planter there, but unfortunately he could not because, oh yeah, that's right, smoke grenades, they go both ways, and while the Glass can see through them, Blackbeard cannot. Glass only covering the one angle meant that it was an easy shot for the player on the defense to deny that defuse plant. The defuse had been gone. If the defuse had gone down successfully, that probably would have been a different round, but not the case. So, Pain Gaming now fighting for match point, and they are very close to it. But yet so far, Guidance Gaming going back to the basement, and while they haven't been successful down here, they still have the advantage in every way. And I'm guessing they aren't going to make the same mistake they made last round. Because, sorry, I say mistake. The many mistakes that they made the last time they defended this site. It would be hard to make them all, especially in the same series that they did last time. So, probably going to be a different outcome here. You might see a 4-4 even out.
I think the important part for Pain, in the previous round what they'd done, and they tried to push in from Skylight, they didn't even attempt to break the hatch. And that's the thing, it would have made their lives a bit easier as well walking into it. Because sure, you got lucky in that position, but is it really something you can rely on? And I don't think it is. And wow, all 3 ADSs for Moya Panya Ella. That's a lot that is being thrown out here for our Polish operator, just so she can stay calm and relaxed on her stairs. And you know what? Ella does quite a bit of damage in here. I'm not sure if it's worth that much equipment, but regardless.
So, Pain just trying to get control of the top floors so far. Now, of course, you have to make sure that you don't have any roamers to deal with. FK1 does not care. He just wants to clear out the ADSs. He knows what his job is there with the lifeline. And that's fair. And there's still plenty of ADSs to burn in there, as you can see. 2 ADSs this time were placed closer to the shield, and 1 on the wall far, which means there's more to clear out before you can actually break the shield, which means Plush's position much stronger. Finally, the shield goes down.
They get popped again. There you go.
So, you know, this is just Pain knowing what they're dealing with. The flashbangs will blind the Ella, and the pre-fire of the Blackbeard not as successful as last time, as Alpha places his pre-fire just as well. 1 shield down and lots of HP gone for the Blackbeard. We might see a reset before another attempt is made here from the attack. Pre-fires, though, coming out. The Guzmats will delay. The tracking for Plush is on. Miracle takes down Revolts. This is going very much the opposite direction of how it went last time, but finally Alpha goes down. Plush still on full HP, and he's got support from his teammate. The Jaeger gets picked back up by the smoke of Highs. GCR pushing in. He goes for another, but cannot land it. Not enough HP. He goes down. 9XT, though, able to support his teammate with the frag. And the Blackbeard will be recovered as Alpha does not continue to contest. He will fall back to site. Definitely the right call in that scenario. Does not need to address the rest of the enemy team.
4v3 situation here in the advantage of Pain Gaming, but there's Nitro Cell in play from the Mira of Aconite. So there's a lot that can be done if they can time this one correctly. C4 is out. I guess it was a bit too much to the side. And there you go. Diffuser's going to get planted. And now, Guidance with a man down, they'll have to go for the retake. Aconite trying to find the long-range angle on the Vector. As Miracle will push in close up to the A site. Very smart here, though, from Pain is to not peek and use the advantage. The hole that they have here opened up on the site. FK1 finds 1, and he might just get pushed by the Jaeger in just a sec. Aconite spraying in for as much as possible, but GCR with the shield plays it right. Alpha will get the start possible. Come back here, taking down FK1, but there's so little time. Alpha will get 1 more on a spawns. There's still GCR. The big Blackbeard is ready to bite, and GCR will get the kill on Alpha. And that's Pain Gaming now on map and match point.
Yeah, 5-3, Pain Gaming's favor. At that point, Alpha had no time to disable the diffuser, and the round was over. He was just hunting for frags, but not able to get more than the 1. So, where will Guidance Gaming go for potentially the last round? Teller's Office Archives. Seeing no success on the basement. Now, here's the thing. Okay. You ban Habana. You expect to be successful in the basement. I'm sorry, that's the whole reason you banned Habana. The only reason you're getting rid of her is because you want that basement hold to work. And it worked for your opponents, but not for you. That's really the wrong way that's what's causing Guidance Gaming so much grief right now. That's the reason we have Pain Gaming in a 5-3 lead. And it's going to be another attempt at the basement. I thought that they were going to go for Tellers. I thought that they were going to change their ways, but nope. 3rd time's the charm, it seems. And I'm guessing that the reason that they've gone back here is that they are not going to commit themselves to the server hold, because that server hold has not been working. That is a guess, however, and I don't know if Guidance Gaming are going to learn from their mistakes or not. I just hope they will.
They're going to run the same exact thing as before, aren't they?
It's possible. I, again, hope that they don't, but it's possible. We're going to find out. Looks like Plush is pretty far from the stairs, though he could still fall back at any moment. Yep. Looks like it might be, yeah, the shield's a little bit farther back, but it's the same thing.
You know the definition of insanity?
Yep. Yeah, I do. Well, who knows? Maybe, again, 3rd time's the charm. Maybe this is this is where it's going to work.
Yeah, maybe. Well, Revolt is running in here on the glass. Nobody in the main hall, as the whole place has been evac'd. The bank is closed for the day. It's past 1 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
And GCR will have to just move in, clear in from the top.
Is that where banks normally close?
They
1
close
p.m.?
like 1 or 2 p.m. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
All right.
I know. Bankers.
I feel like that's something I should know, but for some reason that information feels foreign to me.
Yeah, online banking is the future anyway. So.
I mean, so that's what I'm saying, man. Now, I mean, I don't have a credit card anyway. 9XT pushing his way towards the square skylight, and he's gonna flashbang in just to clear out the ADSs. Just trying to establish some semblance of control on the staircase. And drop downs also being opened up. Same one as per usual for Pain Gaming. Their next step will be server control. And it seems, look at that. Seems like Shield was there, but they
not
aren't
no more.
They aren't fighting. Yeah, it's gone now. But they aren't fighting for control of server staircase. So that's huge. That's development for Guidance Gaming. There you go.
Props to them. And a lot of times, really, you get stuck in this tunnel vision. And, well, this time won't be the case, as Guidance have changed things around. Pain with the glass upstairs. Smoke will get thrown down.
They still have 3 inside of server, but they're not contesting the stairs directly. So it's a little bit of a different hold here for the defense. GCR gets his first and goes for a second. He will not land the shots, run out of ammo. Alpha will get 2 because of it. An excellent hold from the Jaeger. A triple for the Jaeger of Alpha on low HP, but the damage done. And a nice hold on the server stack. FK1 and Revolt's last 2 attackers now. FK all the way by the server, or the main stairs, along with Revolt's the Glaz, with no smokes to play with and only 30 seconds. He'll start droning, but it's not likely to happen. There's very few anchors considering how much of an emphasis is being placed in the server itself, which means only 2 anchors actually to hold the site. So this is still possible, but as FK1 drops in between a rock and a hard place, he will be taken down, leaving only Revolts now to address 4. And yeah, he physically cannot kill all 4. Yep. So this is the round over. Guidance Gaming, GG, take another one. We go 4-5.
All right. This actually can go to overtime.
We might see map 3. It's possible. It's possible we might see map 3, as Guidance Gaming have been waking up here in the second half. They've only gotten 2 rounds in each half, fair, but they seem a lot more in tune with themselves in these rounds. Executive Lounge CEO Office. The first round on defense where Guidance Gaming saw success. They will get another attempt at it.
All right, potential overtime here on our second map. Can Guidance do it? They got to 3rd map on our first series. Unfortunately, they fell flat on their face in our last series. We'll see if in here they can punch above their weights, I guess, against Pain Gaming. Or maybe beyond their weight, because if they win this whole series, they're in Pro League.
They go to Pro League.
Yeah.
That'd be something.
Yeah, that would be.
Remember Supremacy in Ents?
Yes.
Yeah.
That was a fun match.
Yeah, and you remember how that turned out in the long run?
Yes, I did.
The whole season ending like that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Crazy.
That was, let's just say you couldn't be on Twitter for the next couple days.
It was something, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, when it actually happened.
It was not like Obey, but it was pretty interesting.
I'm gonna be honest, I kept my head down.
Oh yeah, I ducked down and built a bunker over my head, man. I am just
because, you know, in a way it was. No, I kept my head down. I'm keeping my head down. Staying down.
There you go.
Yeah.
Duck a cover.
Alpha with 12 frags. Jeez, man, really popping off. He wants this match, putting in the work and reaping the rewards for rounds, but it could all be for naught if they don't win this one. The next 2 minutes and 45 seconds will be the final determination, possibly. Plush was a huge part of why the defense was successful the last time they were on the CEO hold. Playing from the double reinforced inside of that janitor closet. And there are ways to disable that play, but it's not exceedingly easy for the attack if they don't take control of Square Skylight. Now, last time they did have control of Skylight, but they never pushed into the hallway. Now that's the thing, is the Legion was so exposed for so long.
Oh my God! Revolt!
Oh no!
Oy, oy, oy. What a shot! He nails a midair! Goddamn skeet shooter in here. And that's the Valkyrie destroyed and sent out of the game right now.
Pull, and he's dead. GCR applying pressure continuously from the north windows. A great start for Pain Gaming, and they seem enthused and ready to end this match. Highs trying to stop the push from the north balcony. Will dodge the flashbang, but his position likely to be given away in due time. GCR actually does not draw in the right location. He will not be aware of that castle's position, which might hurt him in the long run. The wall does get opened up. Revolts, though, a second kill for him as Alpha goes down by the main lobby. Plush peeks wildly into the hallway and will die at the hands of FK1. A 2 versus 5. Aconite and Highs. And they're trying to keep their hopes and dreams of Pro League alive here against Pain and the Onslaught. FK1 and Revolts are somewhat lit up, but not going to matter in the long run in all likelihood. As the diffuser is being planted, there is nothing in way of the defense to stop it, and it will go down. On the north balcony still lies the Blackbeard. Aconite will get the first kill for his team, but it's not enough. Spawns locks it out, and Pain Gaming will retain their position in Pro League. Guidance Gaming will go home after 2 matches, unsatisfied, and in Challenger League still.
Yeah, the one thing is that they retain their spot in Challenger League for the next season, which means they do not have to qualify back into CL. However, they played their best. Honestly, this second map was pretty darn good, especially considering the fact that they had already played a best of 3 right before this that went to map 3. That was pretty exhausting. And they're still able to come back and really make things complicated for Pain on map 2. Map 1, not really the case.